My husband had a mild stroke and I looked after him for as long as I could until it just got to the point where I was going to collapse and on a nervous breakdown really, because it was 24/7 care in the end. And at that point there was no option. He had to go into a nursing home. I was absolutely shocked to see the way that they were treating my husband, not making him feel that they cared, because quite honestly, they didn't.
Putting a loved one in a home can be a really difficult process and incredibly exhausting, and it's usually the last resort. I know because I've been through all this. My mum went into hospital for a minor operation, but something went wrong with the anaesthetic. She needed 24-hour care. There really was no alternative. I put her in a home. A lot of people get help from the council when they're organising care, but more and more people are arranging it themselves, whether it's care in a home or at home. So that means that many people these days are in a private contract with a care provider. Sometimes this whole business isn't straightforward and things go wrong. From October 2010, people who pay for their own care or arrange it for themselves will be able to talk to a body that won't just listen to them, but will also evaluate each case fairly and squarely. This local government Ombudsman, or LGO as it's known, already deals with complaints about council-funded services. Now it's taking on the wider brief of the private sector. And this will be a big job because care organisations provide the full range of adult social care services at more than 27,000 locations in England. So from now on, we'll have an organisation that will be able to share the lessons learned from complaints throughout the whole sector, public and private.
We're going to be offering an independent, impartial service to deal with complaints from people dissatisfied with the service that they're buying from adult social care providers. We recognise that the independent care sector is very different to local authorities. It's very diverse, the size of the providers can vary enormously, and the nature of the services they provide are very intimate and very personal. By having the new service with the Ombudsman, individuals will have their complaints examined and impartially and independently reviewed, and society as a whole will have the reassurance of knowing that people who are vulnerable do have recourse outside of the service provider.
Michael, I'm waiting.
You're not being nice.
I'm waiting. Okay. Come on. And who is your girlfriend?
Are you jealous?
No.
Too often people with a learning disability don't get what they're entitled to, they get a raw deal. This service provides the opportunity to get those things that have been done wrong righted, and that's why we think it's very, very crucial. There are a growing number of people with a learning disability having their own personal budget, and this will provide the opportunity for them to complain to the local government ombudsman. Anything that gets the individual a better service is good news for them and certainly good news for Manchester.